He was very talented in his school, yeah, and you know what they said? He wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
You can't, you know why?
You're black.
Because you're black.
Yeah.
Then he went into crime. That's when the AK start popping out.
Yeah.
Hey yo,
Welcome to Lights,
camera,
Action.
reaction. Let's do it again. Hey yo,
Welcome to Lights,
camera,
Reaction.
yeah.
G.
Okay, my name is ABX,
My name's Anwar.
and today we're doing something that... Right, today we're gonna react to a video from Ilm Feed about the one, the only, the legend, the man
Malcolm X.
who named Muhammad Ali Malcolm X. Here we go. So here we
Born
go.
Malcolm Little on May 19th, 1925 in Omaha, USA. He later became known as Malcolm X and was one of the most important African-American Muslim leaders in history.
So
His
cute,
life
eh?
was shaped by the deeply racist society he was born into. Growing up, he and his family were forced to move frequently due to threats from white supremacist groups. At age 4, his house was burned to the ground, and at age 6, his father, a Baptist minister and activist, was found dead under suspicious circumstances. It was widely believed he was killed by a splinter group of the KKK. A few years later, his struggling mother was sent to a mental institution, and her children were sent to different foster homes and orphanages.
Talk about being challenged.
In
Eh?
school, Malcolm was the brightest in his class and was voted class president, but his dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed when his teacher told him it wasn't realistic for someone like him. Soon after, he dropped out of school. By age 20, Malcolm had been sentenced to 10 years in prison for robbery after turning to a life of crime.
And they wonder why.
In prison, he was given the nickname Satan because he would curse the Bible and religion, where he would soon start learning about religion from his brother Reginald, who had joined the Nation of Islam. Malcolm decided to write to the leader of the nation, Elijah Muhammad.
Nation of
Found
Islam,
it
they're not
difficult as he
traditional
dropped out
Sunni
from formal
Muslims.
education long ago. This is when he started to memorize the dictionary and read anything he could get his hands on.
Memorize the whole dictionary. So he was just constantly reading.
Before
Yeah?
long, he was actively calling people to the Nation of Islam and would attend the prison's debate club, where he realized he had a talent for public speaking. After 6 years in prison, he was paroled and went to live with his brother Wilfred. He started praying regularly and would often visit the nation's temple. By this point, he changed his last name from Little to X.
The last name of my forefathers was taken from them when they were brought to America and made slaves. And then the name of the slave master was given, which we refuse. We reject that name today.
What a
Since
warrior.
writing to him in prison, he became close to the nation's leader and would be sent to different cities to preach. Eventually, he became a national spokesperson, talked at universities, and was given airtime on radio and television, where he called for the separation of white and black people in America.
You don't integrate with a sinking ship. You don't do anything to further your stay aboard a ship that you see is on its way down to the bottom of the ocean. Complete separation is the only solution to the black and white problem in this country.
Malcolm X was taught that the white race was inherently evil, a belief that was about to be challenged when he left the nation and soon after travelled to Mecca to perform pilgrimage
So
in
Nation Islam was
1964,
saying...
where he converted to Sunni Islam.
I'm against any form of segregation.
This is when they
and
became
against
a
racism.
real Muslim.
I'm a Muslim. I believe in the religion of Islam, which believes in brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Complete brotherhood of all people.
Yeah,
While
don't matter
abroad,
if
he
you're
secured
black, white,
scholarships
pink,
for
blue,
African
green.
Americans to study at Al-Azhar University, where he also obtained his ijazah to perform da'wah in the United States. And after his return to America, the Sudanese Sheikh Ahmed Hassoun, who'd been a scholar in Mecca for 35 years, joined him to teach him the foundations of Islam. In Harlem, he was referred to as Moses because of his Sudanese clothing and walking stick.
Harlem.
He was with Malcolm X for the last year of his life.
And I, for one, will join in with anyone, don't care what color you are, as long as you want to change this miserable condition that exists on this earth. Thank you.
Respect, eh?
After his conversion, he remained a champion of human rights for all African Americans, no matter what their religion was. He set up the Organization of Afro-American Unity and continued to preach for black people to do whatever necessary
people
to
do
achieve
change,
equality.
Yeah.
He disagreed with the non-violent methods of the civil rights movement of the time.
I don't in any way encourage black people to go out and initiate acts of aggression indiscriminately against whites. But I do believe that the black man in the United States and any human being, anywhere, is well within his right to do whatever is necessary, by any means necessary, to protect his life and property.
On February 21st, 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated while delivering a speech. In his final year, many attempts had been made on his life, but he defiantly continued to travel the country to spread his message despite the risk. Over 1,500 people attended his funeral.
Tupac was inspired by Malcolm X, you know. I mean, innit? I mean. What did you think of that? Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, like, you know, from the start. I know that it's like really brief. It gives you an idea what type of person he was. Alhamdulillah, you know, mother sent to mental institute. Father, do you know how his father was killed?
KKK.
And do you know what they did to them?
Well, I'd like it enough.
No, they tied him up on rail tracks and then the train went over him. They burnt his house down. He was very talented in his school, yeah, and you know what they said? He wanted to be a lawyer. You can't, you know why?
You're black.
Because you're black.
Yeah.
Then he went into crime. That's when the AK start popping out.
Yeah.
He's like, you know that Tupac, my friend, frame.
Yeah.
F the world. Let's rob, yeah. And that led him to jail. Then when he was in jail, that's when he went back to his nature, which is what? Reading. Because he was really talented, mashallah. And then when they started reading, they got into Nation Islam. Now Nation of Islam, it's like a cult or a sect. And they believe that black people and white people should be separate. But when he discovered real Islam, Islam talks about not just brotherhood in faith, but in
together.
Humanity.
Yeah, humans.
And that's when he started preaching about people being together and standing up for what's right, which ultimately led to his assassination and being martyred. Like I said, Muhammad Ali was named Muhammad Ali from Malcolm X. Malik al-Shabaz, absolute legend. Make sure, if you want to know more, read his autobiography. One of the most interesting books that you can read, Malcolm X's autobiography. Check that out. So guys, make sure you like, you share, subscribe. This is Lights Camera Reaction. Hustle hard.
Keep it real.
G's up.
Suckers down.
Boom.